What's up everybody? As we make our way through 2021, we draw close to what many people consider to be the best Overwatch event of the year, Archives 2021. Featuring exclusive PvE game modes and top-tier skins and cosmetics, Archives is without a doubt an event to get hyped for. So in this video, I'll be covering everything we know so far regarding the 2021 Archives event start date, which heroes are likely to be getting new skins, and the possibility of us getting another sneak peek at Overwatch 2. This is Master Ian Gamer. Real quick, I'd like to remind you to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon if you enjoy this video. And special thanks to ExpressVPN for being today's sponsor. Stay tuned to find out how you can get 3 months of free internet privacy with my special link. But for now, let's dive into the 2021 Archives event. As always, let's start with the start date. Out of all the seasonal Overwatch events, Archives dates are unfortunately some of the hardest to pin down, as they aren't based on any sort of real-world event or holiday. However, we can still at the very least make a good estimate of when it'll be starting by analyzing the dates on which it started in years past. Looking at the archive of archives, the event started on April 11th in 2017, April 10th in 2018, April 16th in 2019, and March 12th in 2020. The 2020 event is clearly the biggest outlier from the otherwise normal trend of starting mid-April, and it was likely only bumped up last year to fit alongside the launch of Echo, who was officially revealed and released to PTR about a week after the event started. So while it's possible that Archives this year will once again be starting in March, it's more likely that we'll be seeing it start closer to the typical mid-April timeframe. It's also worth noting that Archives is in the odd position of being somewhat tightly squeezed between Lunar New Year and Anniversary. And given that the Overwatch Lunar New Year event ended later this year than it typically does due to the natural fluctuation of that real-world holiday's date, I expect that Blizzard wouldn't want to have Archives start any sooner than early April. So while technically this year's event could start anytime between mid-March to mid-April, it's most likely going to start around the same early to mid-April timeframe we've seen in most years past. These 2 weeks here in particular are the most probable window in which the event will start, and given that Overwatch events always start on either a Tuesday or Thursday, April 6th, 8th, 13th, and 15th are when I'd recommend getting your hopes up for the event to start. Regardless of when Archives starts this year though, we're likely going to see at least a few teasers leading up to it. Based on Blizzard's recent trends, there will be a teaser announcing the event's start date about a week ahead of time, followed by a couple teasers showing off some of the new skins that'll be coming with the event. So be sure to keep an eye on Overwatch's social media accounts for these teasers, and of course I'll be keeping you all up to date with any new info we get in that regard right here on my channel. So stay tuned. Now, before I move on to discussing which heroes are likely to get new skins with this year's Archives event, first I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. You may think you're safe when browsing on the open internet, but the truth is, you're not. Without a VPN, hackers, the government, and those pesky internet service providers can all monitor what you're doing online. But ExpressVPN protects you and your data by hiding your public IP address from unwanted onlookers. Consistently rated the #1 VPN service, ExpressVPN runs seamlessly in the background of your computer, phone, or tablet to keep you safe both at home and on the go. But the benefits don't even stop there. By changing your region with ExpressVPN, you can browse hundreds of shows and movies on Netflix and other streaming services that otherwise are unavailable in your part of the world. Take that, arbitrary content restrictions. But best of all, you can get 3 months free of ExpressVPN by going to tryexpressvpn.com/MasterIanGamer. That's tryexpressvpn.com/MasterIanGamer for 3 months of free protection. Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, and now back to the Archives event. When it comes to figuring out which Overwatch heroes are going to get new skins for this year's event, there's no better prediction system than the critically acclaimed Hero Skins chart. Critical acclaim pending. This highly advanced chart tracks every hero, each event going as far back as the last time each hero got a loot box legendary skin, as well as a tally of all loot box legendary skins prior to that, their total number, time since last one, number of events for which they've been in game, and finally, a probability score based on these stats. And most importantly, this chart only tracks loot box legendary skins, which are skins obtainable out of base or event loot boxes. Non-returning and other exclusive skins are not factored into the probability of any given hero getting something new. Alright, now that I've explained the chart, who's going to get a new legendary skin? Well, as always, first and foremost, we've got the pariah of Jeff's love, Symmetra. Sim hasn't gotten a new loot box legendary since the 2018 Winter Wonderland event. More than 2 whole years she's had to wait already, and while she did get that dope new highlight intro during this year's Lunar New Year event, it ain't no skin. So she's absolutely taking the top spot on the list of likely new skin candidates for the 2021 Archives event, but who else is likely to be getting one as well? After Symmetra, we have Soldier 76, who hasn't gotten a new legendary skin since the 2019 Archives event, followed by Sombra, Tracer, and Ana, who all aren't in desperate need of something new, but have been lagging a bit behind in terms of content recently. But aside from these 5 heroes, let's also consider all the heroes who so far don't have either an epic or legendary skin for the Archives event. These heroes are D.Va, Sigma, Echo, Brigitte, and Zenyatta. However, Echo just got a legendary skin from Lunar New Year and overall is still a fairly new hero, so I'm gonna toss her off the list, but the rest are all reasonable candidates, and thus I'll add them to the skins prediction chart as well. Switching over now to a slightly more comprehensive graphic, these are the heroes who have the best chance of getting a new skin during the 2021 Archives event. Keep in mind, it isn't guaranteed that all or any of these heroes will be the ones who get something new, but they statistically have the best odds. Beyond just who is likely to get skins though, based on past events, we can expect a total of about 5 new legendary skins with the upcoming event, along with 3 new epic skins, which can be unlocked by getting 9 wins for each of the 3 weeks. And as a side note, the 3 epic skins from last year's event are, unfortunately, unlikely to return based on how Blizzard has so far handled weekly challenge skins. Aside from skins though, we can also expect a total of 3 new emotes and or highlight intros, a new spray and player icon for each of the new skins, as well as an assortment of new hero voice lines and other sprays relating to the event. Echo, for whom this will actually be her first Archives event, given that she was only on the PTR for it last year, is also guaranteed to at least get a new spray. Moving on from cosmetics though, the next thing to look forward to with Overwatch's 2021 Archives event is the game modes. While there almost certainly won't be a new PvE mission for us to play, Uprising, Retribution, and Storm Rising are all certain to return. And if these missions weren't enough of a treat on their own, we can also expect there to be brand new PvE challenge missions for them as well. Last year for Archives, Blizzard added a total of 6 new challenge variants, with 2 being for each of the 3 missions. These mixed up how enemies behaved as well as how the player was capable of dispatching them, and overall made for a fun twist on the older modes. Now admittedly, so far Blizzard hasn't confirmed whether there will be new challenges with this year's event, but given that they've released new game mode variants for every single event for more than a year now, I'd be surprised if we don't end up seeing something new get added in this regard. We'll likely also see the old challenges from last year return alongside whatever new ones we end up getting, which should give us quite the selection of modes to play. In fact, that might end up being a bit too many modes, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see what exactly Blizzard ends up doing with them. According to the Overwatch devs, the PvE missions and challenges we've gotten in the past have all been experiments for testing out different modes and features in Overwatch 2. So with the sequel's development in full swing at this point, I imagine they must have at least a few things for us to test during the Archives event. And speaking of Overwatch 2, we might actually end up getting our next sneak peek of the sequel during this year's Archives event. The reason this seems like a possibility is that over the past year or so, Blizzard has used the annual events as a way of drawing attention to other big announcements for the game. The recent Kanezaka Deathmatch map was revealed during the 2020 Winter Wonderland event, and as I mentioned earlier, Echo was revealed as a hero during last year's Archives event. But if these past actions weren't enough to get you excited, Overwatch game director Jeff Kaplan himself stated in an interview during BlizzConline that we could be seeing the next Overwatch 2 update or progress report as soon as March or April. And what else just so happens to be happening in March or April? That's right, Orisa's 4th birthday. I mean, Archives. Now, to be fair, Jeff Kaplan does have a habit of overstating how soon we'll be getting things, so this March or April Overwatch 2 update may very well actually end up being June or July, or September and October, or next year March and April. But it's definitely possible that Blizzard will be using the attention from Archives to promote some new Overwatch 2 information and vice versa. I, for one, am excited for both, and while it's probably not a good idea to set your expectations too high when it comes to the Overwatch 2 update, just keep in mind that we could be getting some more details around that time. And speaking of time, I think it's about time for me to sign off. Thank you all so much for watching, and thanks again to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. Don't forget that you can get 3 months free by going to tryexpressvpn.com/MasterENGamer. Otherwise though, let me know which heroes you want to see get a new skin for this year's Archives event by dropping a comment down below. And as always, be sure to subscribe, hit up that bell icon, and follow me on Twitter to never miss out on any future Overwatch news and content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. This is Master EN Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.